And let's go to the MCG now, where we got the chance to catch up with cricket legend Adam Gilchrist, former Australian wicketkeeper batsman. Of course, he's there for the Shane Warne Memorial, which we'll be carrying live from 7 o'clock tonight. Thanks so much for joining us, Gilly. You must have a real bittersweet sentiments about tonight. You must be looking forward to it, but you must be racked with sadness as well.
Yeah, Chris, nice to talk to you. You're spot on. It's quite a weird feeling coming down. I think we all know it's going to be a wonderful send-off for a larger-than-life character that we thought was indestructible. But we all know the tragic events of March the 4th, Rod Marsh in the morning, a childhood hero of mine, and then Shane Warne, the guy that gave me the greatest cricketing pleasure of my life. To wicketkeeper Shane Warne was the highlight of my cricketing career. So I think we're all still a little bit stunned and in disbelief, but maybe tonight will help with that grieving process, the healing process, and I think it is going to be a celebration, one which Warnie would be very, very proud of.
Indeed. Look, I know you've spoken about this before, but there's a really touching link, of course, between the sad deaths of Rod Marsh and Shane Warne, and that is that your last communication from Shane was to congratulate you on the story you did, looking back at Rod Marsh's life. That must have been just such a special moment for you. At the time, it would have been a good message from a mate complimenting you on a job well done, but it means so much now in hindsight.
Yeah, it certainly does. I think anyone who has had a friend or a family member pass away, I think in this modern day of technology, they'll look at their phones and the messages, voice messages, or even just the phone number. And you're spot on, mate. Around midday of that day, the crew at Fox Sports and Fox Cricket put together a really nice tribute, which I had the privilege of providing the voiceover for. And Rod Marsh was the reason I pursued the career I did. He was my inspiration and childhood hero. So that was a huge privilege. And even, to the moment where I received that message from Shane Warne, Rod Marsh, any of those iconic players, I still always got a buzz when you look at your phone and you see their name appear. So to receive a message from Warnie saying Church, as he referred to me to as one of the nicknames from within the inner sanctum, he said, Church, brilliant tribute, really, really well done. So that was the last communication. It's a message I'll keep there forever. But tonight is about, I think, just remembering all those wonderful memories that he and of course Rod's funeral a couple of weeks ago that those gentlemen have left us with. They left us with so much to enjoy for so long. So that's what we'll cherish from here on in.
Yeah, we will indeed, and it's so special for teammates and good mates like yourself. It's been a very difficult autumn for you, actually. You were working with Warne, you go right through the summer, and then this happens. But I wonder, Adam, if you can just tell us, we know about Warnie's feats on the field, and you've seen them up close and personal like no one else has. And we also know about his celebrity lifestyle. But what is it about his character? Can you define what it is about him that someone says it's just a bit of gold dust? Was he just an ordinary knockabout bloke, or could you always sense there was something a bit special about this bloke, Shane Warne?
Well, I think the way he took the cricketing world by storm with his brilliance of his skill and what he did. The hardest skill in cricket was to bowl leg spin, and he did it possibly the best ever. He did it with such panache and an array of that fairy dust that lured everybody in. So that was what initially drew you to Warnie, but for what I could see, he enjoyed the limelight without necessarily wanting to be the main attraction. He sort of was tempted by it, and then he found himself in trouble, and he didn't really like it, but then there was something alluring for him to try and be back there. And I think what made him so relatable to the public, there's everything that Warnie went through, the huge highs and the lows, that the public fall out of personal situations. I think all those issues and incidents away from the ground, everybody didn't experience all of those in their life, but everyone probably experienced something that Warnie did along the way, and that's what made him so relatable to the public. And I think everyone felt like they just knew or could engage a little bit with Shane Warne, and that's why this sort of emotional pouring out of the memories of Shane have come to the fore since the day that he passed away. So he was a very generous man. He was thoughtful. I think if he allowed you and you became part of that sort of inner group, He was fiercely loyal. He was opinionated, which always is going to cause conflict with other people. And even myself and other teammates, you could go up the roller coaster and down the roller coaster with Warne, but you know, as quickly as you were in dispute with him, he could turn around and make you feel $1 million on the other side. And gee, that was a remarkable feeling. So he was, you know, he had his faults. Everyone does. It's just that his were being played out on such a grand scale. Often I don't think he even knew that or really cared about it. He was just doing what Shane Warne does.
Adam, I'm so appreciative of you sharing those insights with us on this special night, and I hope you have a great send-off for your mate Shane Warne tonight.
Cheers, Chris. Great to talk.
Adam Gilchrist there, what a legendary cricketer he is and a great bloke, and his summary there of his mate Shane Warne was pretty special. This is going to be an amazing send-off tonight because Warne was loved around this country and around the world, of course, like no other.